Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a problem with Big John. I noticed when Mrs. Shed put the tractor away yesterday, there was a little mark on the ground. It runs along here, along there, across the dirt and points to the tractor. So last night I put a couple of bits of cardboard underneath it. I can see a dot there. Hello Yana, you helping? And when I checked the dipstick last night, the oil was off the bottom of the stick. So I don't know how much oil was lost. This thing holds nearly 60 litres of hydraulic oil. So hopefully she hasn't splurted that out around the paddock. I bought myself a 20 litre drum and that was 120 bucks. So you can imagine it's a fairly expensive mission if she's lost most of it. But the challenge now is I'll start it up in a minute and I'll see if I can see where it's coming from. At the moment, there's nothing obvious. Those couple of drops there are just off the bottom of the crankcase or whatever you want to call it there. So without further ado, I'll go start her up and let's see if I can find what's going on. If that's all it is, that'll be fairly simple. I did have that out years ago. There's an O-ring in there. Can't remember why, but I had to take that whole pipe off. Might have even been to fix a leak. I'll just check that bolt there is tight and make sure there's nothing going on in there. If I do have to take that out, there could be a lot of oil to come out. But anyway, that's a whole lot simpler. I don't have to go digging down deep inside. I'm trying to find where it's leaking. Right there. It's actually coming out of up here. There's a little dent in the pipe. Either it's hit something or what, I don't know. So that's going to be a job to fix. I don't know what the chances are of me finding one of these pipes, or I don't know what the chances of me patching this one are. But I'll have to go and investigate. It's about 2 or 3 weeks later. I've got my new part. This was sourced direct from John Deere. They had to bring it up from Melbourne. For those guys that are in the United States, Melbourne's about 2,000 kilometres away from here. It's got just a regular fitting on that end, and there's a check valve inside the other end with a ball and that in there, the pin to retain the ball. Not too fancy in particular, about 1.5 meters long and $475. Now before I had a whinge about the price, this is a tractor from 1982 and they still stock parts for it, so I can't really complain. I could have attempted to repair the other hole, braze it up or something, but likely to leak again, and every time it leaks I can potentially spew out 60 litres of hydraulic oil into my paddock before somebody notices. So, and that's fairly expensive to buy as well. Anyway, without further ado, well, actually, before I go on, I don't have a spanner big enough to fit these giant nuts, so I bought a 32mm line wrench. Now if I'm lucky, that will fit on there. I haven't actually tried it yet, and it does. So that will help me get into that tight spot where these fittings are behind the other pipes. There's also a nipple in between two pipes where they join together. So I bought a 32mm spanner to get onto that. I'm not sure if I'll need this, but it'll be pretty hard to do without it. And that took another couple of weeks to show up, and they're not giving these away either. Nice big Sid Chrome spanner, more than $100. So not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by John Deere either. Anyway, let's get into that now. There's a couple of these spacer things to stop the pipes flapping around. Need to take them off. There we go. This thing comes in 2 halves, and I think I can leave the back half in for now. One end of that pipe is hidden down in here. You can't quite see it in the light, I don't think. There's one in the middle there, looks like that, but that's for a different pipe. There's 3 lines there. I know one goes out to the main hydraulics at the back of the tractor, and the other one's a return line. Don't know where the third one goes. There's a little clamp that holds that pipe in, holds those 2 pipes in. Had it right the first time. Get that clamp out the way. Now that should just pull out of there once I get the other end off. Don't want that crap working its way in, so let's clean it now. Not sure how much oil is going to come out of here, but we're about to find out. Hopefully I can get these pipes far enough away to drop it down. Yep, come straight out, so that's good. Alrighty, that's got that out of there. Looks like someone has gooed that up with some kind of sealant. There's supposed to be an O-ring in there that keeps the oil in. I can see it's got a kink in the pipe here, but the leak was from, I think the leak was from there. Yeah, hole must be really small. Right. That's neither here nor there. Let's move on. That's like a giant brake line fitting. That's what the end looks like. It's just a flared fitting. They should fit together without any problem. Just come this back up in here the way it goes. I'll put that through the hose clamp. I need to put the other end in first. Might just smear a bit of oil on that O-ring so it doesn't catch. Take a chunk out. The hole is pretty clean, no problems. Tiny bit of that sealant still there. I don't want that getting under the O-ring, making a path for the oil to get out. So with the bend upwards, something like that. That's it, pop that in there. Just goes between those 2 pipes. I'm not going to fiddle with the other one because it's not leaking. A little bit less haste. There we go. Only a little tiny bit of oil came out there, about 1/4 cup. I won't go too crazy with that yet until I get the other end on. That looks a tiny bit long, which is going to be a problem. That's better. Might just put that plastic connector back in there. Alrighty, I actually had to increase the bend a little bit here and a little bit there, so that made this part a little bit tighter, and it also had the result of making the pipe a little bit shorter. And now I've managed to get that nut, the thread on the nut there, and I managed to get that spacer back onto the 3 pipes. There's actually spacers for 4 pipes, but there's only 3 there. So don't let that confuse you. So now I've just got to get this pipe back in there and tighten up this nut. Maybe it'll come a bit shorter as I tighten this up. See if that helps the situation. There we go. Don't need to clamp the shit out of it. Now these things, you can put them underneath the clamp and slide them together. There's 1 clip each way on it. So if I can get this pipe down into that cap, we'll be right. Let's give it all the slack we got. Excuse me, a little bit more choke and that would have started. Put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, that's where we are. I think that's about how they go. That's all the way closed. Now I should put some more oil in it, I guess. God knows how much I've lost out on the paddock. We'll find out. Alrighty, I've got the oil refilled. It took about 6 litres, which is not too bad considering it holds about 60 litres. So I think we might have been lucky there. Anyway, that's got it back together. Let's start her up and see whether it leaks. Clear prop. Don't kick out the chocks. Bloody mouse nest in there. Not leaking though. They're old drops. That's a new bit of cardboard. Well, I reckon we've got it. I got a bloody mouse nest in there. Last time I did that, there was actual mice in there and I had to dispatch them. So I'll get into that then. Alright guys, I think we can call that fixed. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up. If you've got something in particular you'd like to ask me, go right ahead. I'll let you know if I have any ideas. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. I can't really see you.